Hello everyone. Now we'll be doing the chapter called Mega Firms. And what is this mega firms is all about the future of the company secretary profession. That is why they've given this in the last, this is the last chapter. And this is important for us as more of a vision. What is the vision of ICSI? What is the future plans of ICSI? You'll know when we study this mega firms chapter. First thing we should understand is mega firms is a concept, and it is something which all of us as company secretary should work towards. So the first thing is, just to give you an example, when you say shop, what comes to your mind when you say shop? When you say shop, what comes to your mind? Generally, you think of a smaller shop which is close to your house. That is the first thing, first kind of shop which is there. Correct? Now, these smaller shops, just they do different businesses, and we have a lot of smaller shops, especially in India. A lot of small shops are there. What if all these shops together come and you have one mega store? You have one mega store. Like you might have seen this more mega store, Spencer, so many things are there, right? Nilgiri's mega store, where you have all the items under one roof, like a big bazaar or a mall. So, what are the advantages when you have a mega store? What do you think are the advantages when you have a mega store?
The time can be saved.
Time can be saved. Okay. Then what else? Cost can be saved because of economies of scale. You can get things at a cheaper cost. Now, for example, you have this DMart, correct? DMart is one of the fastest growing companies in India. So, what is their specialty in DMart? Their main specialty is they try to give items at a cost which is very economical. So, how do they do that? Because they do bulk purchasing. They go directly to the bigger manufacturers and they buy and they directly sell. That happens in a place like DMart or Big Bazaar, or online you have things like Big Basket, GeoMart, correct? Obviously, your Flipkart and Amazon, which you know very well. So when we talk about small time groceries in the small store, what happens first? There is a manufacturer, then there is a distributor, then you have the retailer, wholesaler, sorry, then retailer, then you go for the customer. But in a mega store, what happens? There is a manufacturer, directly it goes to the DMart or whoever. So this way, the cost is reduced, the time is reduced, and you have a better quality. And what do people want? They want value for money. End of the day, people want value for money, right? So that is what people want. So just like that, when you go to a small, let us say you go to a small clinic. Okay, you go to a small clinic. So for eye clinic, you have separate, and for general physician, you have separate. If you want to go to the dentist, something related to your tooth, that is a separate thing. That is one option. Or you can go to a hospital which has everything under the roof. Multi-speciality hospital. So you have all the doctors under one roof and you can get yourself treated. So both have advantage and disadvantage, but now with scale you get efficiency, and with efficiency you get lower cost. I'm not telling big hospital is lesser cost, but the service is there. Like if you want some CT scan machine, all the smaller clinics cannot keep, because one machine only will be crores together, but a big hospital can keep it. So that is the advantage which you get. So a doctor can have a clinic, but doctor can also work in a big multi-speciality hospital. Like this, you have different options which are there. Same way for professionals, just imagine you have a chartered accountant, you have a company secretary, you have a auditor, you have a lawyer, then you have another tax consultant, then you have a labor law consultant, like that. So many people are there. You have to go to so many different shops or offices. We don't call shop, but it is offices. Correct? I hope you are getting it. Just imagine if you had one big office. Of course, you have things like Big Four, our PwC and KPMG, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, sorry, KPMG. So these are what we call Big Four firms in the finance and accounting sector. Definitely it is there, but still they are mainly catering to the MNCs. They're mainly catering to MNCs or your Boston Boston Consulting Group, BCG, like that. But again, these firms are all catering only to the big MNCs, not for the regular companies and regular people. Just imagine in one office, you just imagine it's a floor in one, this is one office, you think, and you have a door over here, you enter the office, then in the first you have a reception and you get the complete consultation, you have a boardroom and all that. Then in this floor you have a chartered accountant, then here you have a company secretary, you have a cost accountant, you have a lawyer, you have a tax consultant, you have a auditor. Correct? Auditor and tax consultant kind of a person. And let us say you even have something completely different. You have an architect, right? You have an engineer. Just imagine everybody in one roof under one brand name who are giving a service. Now, especially you think if you're a businessman or a businesswoman, okay, business person, basically, you're a business person, you want to open one small factory, for example. You want to open one small factory. Today, you have to go to CA, CS, labor law, lawyer, auditor, taxes, and one more, and some environmental clearance. You'll go mad. Each offices you have to go pillar to post. But if there was a mega firm where all these professionals are under one roof and they're giving the service, as a business person, you want a one-stop solution, yes or no? You want a one-stop solution, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So that is the primary reason why mega firms is a vision of the ICSI. See, I'm just giving you like I'll give you a personal example, just but for you to make you understand, that's all. In 2021 itself, this year, ICSI had a PCS day. That is in July. I guess July 15th or June 15th, I guess. June 15th is PCS day. I'm forgetting June 15th, I guess. Yeah. So every June 15th is PCS day. So in PCS day,
PCS day is July 1st, sir.
Sorry?
July 1st.
July?
1st, sir.
July 1st. No, I'm not sure it was July 1st. Anyway, the date is not.
15th June, sir.
Huh?
15th June.
Yeah, that's what. 15th June. That's what, as I told you, it's 15th June. So 15th June is PCS day. Just for one simple example for you. Okay. Bangalore. Okay. Bangalore. In the city of Bangalore, guess how many PCS firms are there where there are 3 partners or more? How many firms are there in Bangalore, which is a pretty big city, which has 3 partners or more? Because my firm, it is called AAA & Co. That is Alok, Abhishek, Abhijit. We are 3 partners. And we were doing our practice. There's no problem. But in 2021, ICSI Delhi through ICSI Bangalore, they called and said, we want to felicitate your firm. We said, what great achievement we have done. You want to felicitate our firm? No. We want to felicitate June 15th and all three partners should be there, everything. Okay, fine. Why? Because in entire Bangalore, there are only 4 firms. Okay, only 4 firms with 3 partners. And 3 is not a big number. 3 is not a big number. Correct? When will we become a company secretary profession where there will be 5 partners, 10 partners? See, the bigger the office, you have bigger achievements and bigger opportunities. Office means not your physical space of office. Physical space, suppose you are 5 partners, maybe you have only 5 partners and 5 juniors. You have 10 seats and you are in a small office. That is irrelevant. Not the physical size, but the size in terms of the work you can do. Now, if you go to an MNC, will they go to somebody says, I'm a practicing company secretary, I am alone, I do every work myself. Okay, or will you go to a office where there are 3 partners or 4 partners and other juniors, trainees, everyone, like 10 people? If we tell in our office there are 10 people, what will happen? As a MNC, will you trust an office with 1 person or will you trust an office with 10 people? Obviously, you will trust an office with 10 people as the first instance. That is just because you want a bigger office to deal with your work. Now, if you have a major problem, health issue, will you go to a individual, one small clinic, or will you go to a hospital? You want a safer option, you want hospital because every facility is there. Suddenly, if you want to have scan, or suddenly if there is some other doctor is required, it's a complicated situation, you want to go to a hospital. You don't want to go to a small clinic. Same logic applies to a MNC or any company where they want every solution. So this is okay. This is only CS. Now, next we need to understand. Okay, CS only, fine. They have 10 people. But when you look at any problem, now you want to start a new industry. You want to start a new industry. You cannot do only with CS. You need CS. You need CA. You need cost management accountant. You need an expert on tax. You need an expert on accounting, basic accounting and basic challenges relating to maintaining your books of accounts. Then you need a labor law consultant. You need somebody related to environmental laws. Like that, you need different people if you want to open an industry. So just imagine if all these people are in the same firm. It gives such a big advantage. It gives such a big advantage. And that is what ICSI wants the future of our company secretary profession to go. And there should be a day where when you take a city like Bangalore, Chennai, or Mumbai, in these kind of cities, at least the bigger cities, at least you should have big firms. Then in the smaller cities, then at least you will have firms with 2 partners, 3 partners, 4 partners, like this. So all these things will come. This way our brand visibility will go high, and we can even take up international work that time. See, once people are trustworthy, you can even take international work. Why only software company should take international work? See, software companies in India are earning in dollars. That is the only reason why they're able to pay high for their employees. There is no other reason. There is no other reason. A company secretary, a chartered accountant, or anyone in our commerce, we all earn in rupees, INR, and we should be proud that with Indian money itself, our profession has grown so much. With foreign money, imagine, it will even go higher. And that is the concept of mega firm as a whole. Okay, so this is a vision. It is being implemented slowly. Recently, there was an amendment where CA, CS, CMA can together form a firm. They can form one firm. This is a new amendment, which is a great addition. So practically, slowly, people will start forming. Right now, they might not be very comfortable and so many issues are there, but slowly, I'm sure they will form these firms. So this will increase the capacity of the professional firm, and you can take different services. You can give different accounting, audit, assurance, legal. As I told you, all these under one roof. Under one roof, one big company, one big service you can give to everyone. So are you understanding? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, great. So now, what is the regulatory framework? Right now we have Company Secretary Regulation and Company Secretary Amendments 2020. So this is the latest amendment which I was telling you, where we are giving the option for company secretaries to grow the profession. See, it's actually very great. 1980 is Company Secretaries Act, correct? Company Secretaries Act came about in 1980. 1980. But from 1980, our profession has grown very, very fast. And that is especially after the year 2000, 2001. Then again, after the year 2010, there's a huge growth, really unbelievable growth. And that is mainly because of the growth of the corporate world. More companies, more all this started, and also more company secretaries came into the picture, and that demand is there. Even now, demand is more and supply is less for people with these skills. And that is what we should go ahead with. So here, what are they telling? We need to get into new dimensions. We need to add new angles of our services, like governance professional. See, internationally, the word company secretary is not used in every country. A chartered secretary word is used in UK, then probably in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, we are using company secretary, chartered secretary. This kind of words are there. But globally, if you see, the word is governance professional. If you go and see, like Australia, New Zealand, the name is Governance Australia, Governance New Zealand, Governance Institute of Australia. They don't say on company secretary or something. So we are mainly into governance of the whole corporate world. So compliance officer, all that is definitely there, but a company secretary is helping the company to grow as a whole, and that is what we should be very clear about. So we have to take it to the next level, and company secretaries assume leadership position. So they have a lot of value to add. As a whole, company secretaries have a very huge value to add, and that is the angle in which we have to go ahead. I'm sure all of you will understand the significance as we go ahead. So this is the general feedback they give, general introduction they're giving. So we have Companies Act, we have Insolvency Bankruptcy Code. So more responsibilities are coming to our company secretary profession as a whole. So how do we go ahead, and why should we go towards mega firms is the question. So before we go ahead, I would like to hear some of your thoughts. You can please let me know in the audio, what do you feel about this concept of mega firm? See, because here in this chapter, we are not studying some particular section or something where it is more about how do we go ahead. If you see here, they're talking about the introduction. What is the new mode of practice we should do? What are the present rules? What is a mega firm? What is required? What are the benefits, risk? So all this is in a what we can tell as a formation stage. It is not yet there. So what do you feel? Can anyone just share your thoughts about this whole concept? Because it is not yet there. It is going to come, and it is a vision of the ICSA for it to come into picture. So what do you say?
Sir, as you said, the clients would be happy with the one-stop solution. Like the client doesn't want to revolve around the every firm, like CA firm, CS firm. Like they don't need to revolve around. If there is one firm with all the professionals, they will actually they go to there, and since that it is like 1 or 2 meters distance only for each professional, and also internally they will coordinate, and so that the final output will be easy for that to get, or else it will be time consuming and they need to additional appoint a staff if possible also. So it's a cost cutting process for the clients, and they're also will be happy with it.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a good point, good observations. So here, what we should understand is how you have Big Bazaar, Amazon, and all for I like regular consumer goods. For services, actually, law firms have mega firms. Law firms. Do you know some big law firms, international law firms? They have up to 500 partners, sometimes 2,000 partners across the world. They'll have 2,000 lawyers as partners, and that is one mega law firm. But they're only into pure legal services. They're into pure legal services. They are not into only CS or CA. Then after that, you have your finance or audit firms, like our, as I told you, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, correct? All these PwC. This is called as the Big Four. They call it as a Big Four. These are the Big Four firms which rule the world in terms of the size, and most of the bigger companies, MNCs, they have these clients as a whole, correct? So now we should try and form mega firm where there is all these people, CA, CS, CMA, lawyer, labor law expert, some other environmental law expert, like that, everyone together in one mega firm is the need of the hour, which we have to work about. And that is how we need to go ahead. And that is the overall vision of ICSI as a whole, where we can initiate this discussion and take it forward in the long run. This is how it happens. So now one general problem in mega firms or big firms is that decision making is an issue, and people may start fighting or they may tell different things, but we have to look beyond smaller things and look for bigger issues. So what are the limitations of small professionals? Irregular cash flow. I mean, some month you have very good income, some month there is no income, things like that. Then capital investment. If you want to make an office, it costs money. Whichever city you are, it costs a little money if you want a physical office. There's no limit on your working hours, like you are expected to be available all the time. So this is a problem. No work, no pay, like that. You have different problems. If you're an individual, it's like having a small shop. If you're not well, your shop is closed and you don't have income. So this is the kind of problems. So you have to have your own infrastructure. You have to have your own staff. You cannot solicit clients. Solicit clients means you cannot advertise. You cannot advertise. You can't put a newspaper ad saying that I'm a company secretary, I'm a chartered accountant, come and give work. That kind of ad is not allowed. Company secretary, chartered accountant, doctor, these kind of professionals, they cannot advertise. Advertising is completely banned for them. Okay. So these are the kind of challenges which are there, which we have to be very, very careful, and we have to take it forward as we go. 1 second. So hello, hope you can hear me. There are
Yes,
some kids who are playing outside. That disturbance is coming little, but I don't know.
You're audible. You're very much audible.
Okay, okay, great, great. Sure. Okay, no problem. So like that, they're just giving you some general points. We don't have to really go into that. So what are the differences between a normal firm and a mega firm, things which are there, which you understand. So when there is firm with have several partners, you can manage the knowledge. They give such things like that. Proprietor, then you have a very routine procedural matters. You can't take bigger assignments. So like that.
Excuse me, sir.
There. Hello.
So there are a few questions in the chat box, which I myself have doubts in. Can you please clarify that, sir?
1 second.
Yes.
Okay. What is minimum maximum number of mega firm? Without solicit, how do we know that there is a firm in the city? See, now what you need to understand one thing very clearly. Let me just tell you 1 second. See, any traditional practice, it is always when word of mouth. You cannot advertise. You can tell people through your known circle, but you cannot advertise in the newspaper, or a public advertisement can't be given. Now, how do you go to a doctor? How do you go to any doctor? This is a question. Because somebody told you that doctor is very good, go to the doctor. Correct?
Sir, but the
This
doctors
is
also advertising us, sir.
sorry.
Sir, but doctors also nowadays they are advertising us, sir. They provide these that things and all.
Sorry.
No, sir. Today doctor is also advertising too, sir.
No. Where are they advertising? They can't advertise. Where are they advertising? Tell me.
Only the hospitals can advertise. Am I right, sir?
Hospital can advertise because it is a corporate setup.
Yeah, definitely.
Even the hospital cannot advertise saying that so and so doctor is in my hospital, you come. They can't say that. They can say my hospital has following facilities. They can only give the information about which are the facilities and what are the kind of doctors. They can tell we have cardiologist, we have skin specialist, we have dentist. Like that they can tell. They cannot tell who is that and stuff like that. So that is the reason any professional, chartered accountant, nobody is allowed to advertise. You can go give seminar, you can meet people, you can give your visiting card, you can have a website, and website also has guidelines. Website also has guidelines. So like that, there are things based on that you should go ahead. Otherwise, you can't go ahead.
Sir, in that website also we can tell that facilities there, sir. We have this much of professionals and all.
Where?
No, in while hosting websites.
Yes, you can. You can only give the information. You can't see what is solicit. Solicit is you come to us, like those kind of things you can't tell. If you see most of them, they just give a information. They don't tell you to come. So you can solicit in a normal business, you can do it, but professionals you can't. It is too noble. That is why you're not allowed to advertise. Anyway.
Even the board size is affecting, no, sir?
Huh?
Even for the board size.
Correct. So even when you want to have a board, there is a size. You can't have a big board. A CA institute, CS institute, they'll even give you notice saying that your name board, whatever your name of your firm is, it cannot be over a certain size. Of course, today that board and all is irrelevant because of the entire media and social media and things like that. But people can have a website but give information of what services they give. That's all. They cannot give anything more. They can write articles, they can show their knowledge, but they cannot tell anyone come become my client. That is not allowed. It has to be a practice which grows organically by way of word of mouth. That is how it is. You go ask any doctor, any lawyer, any chartered accountant, auditor, company secretary, tax consultant, you ask anybody. Everybody started with 0 clients. Nobody started with a lot of clients. Somebody referred, somebody said, first some family friend, then some faraway friend, then some small client. One by one, they got the work. Because they did a good job, people started to refer them. Okay? Did you get that?
Sir, and the minimum number of members and the maximum number of members.
See, that's what. See, mega firm is a concept. There is no rule or there is no law. There is no rule or there is no law. Well, this is a idea. As I told you, this is the vision of ICSI. This is a vision. They want to do this. It is up to all of us to do it. There is no minimum, maximum number like that. Which the Subiksha, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there is nothing like that. We'll go ahead and.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So like that, they've given the risk will be shared. If you have multidisciplinary, you have multidimensional services, you can do all services under one roof. See, today, even if I am a company secretary firm, suppose somebody will come and ask me some finance related work. I will tell, sorry, sir, we don't have, because we don't give that. We may refer on a friendly basis. Okay, my friend is there. If you want, you can go. Or I know this firm, you can go there like that. But there is no proper arrangement to refer for other kinds of work apart from CS. So like this, there are problems. So there are some bigger companies will not come to individual firms because they want all the kind of services in one roof. So like this, there are different concepts we should just be aware of. And main thing is, if you have partners, you should be ready to share the revenue, because you can't tell, oh, I did this much, he's taking that much. All that fighting, you'll never survive. You should be very open-minded and you should be having a long-term vision. It will definitely work out. So that is the thing. So there should be different issues relating that. They're just giving you a general picture.
So whether registration is mandatory.
Huh?
Registration, is it mandatory for mega firm?
So as I told you, right now there is no law, there is no rule related to mega firm. Right now, the only law relevant is the Company Secretary Regulation 1982. So now actually the government should come out with a new framework, a new law or a new framework. What is mega firm? How to register a mega firm? What is the regulatory authority? What is the registration time? Nothing is there. So this is just, as I told you, this is a concept. So if you see here they're giving you some list. They're giving you a list of certain laws applicable to company secretaries. This is only for company secretaries as a whole. So if you see here the specific reference, mega firm is a partner more than 25 partners. So this again is not a law. This is a thought. This is a vision. So this is, if you ask me, sir, 25 partners according to which act, which law, which rule? I don't have an answer. Nobody has an answer. So this is a vision. This is like, how should we be in 10 years? How should we be in 20 years? For this kind of question, ICSI has come out with this vision. So next you'll ask, sir, why should we study vision, sir? Will they ask in exam? See, they might not ask exactly the same question in exam, but the knowledge of this chapter you can use in different chapters. Knowledge of this chapter you can use in different chapters, where you can add these kind of points in whatever you study. So the professional service what we give is the core, and everything else is a supporting to that. Yeah, so you have company law, then you have labor law, finance, economic, accounting, IPR, like everything will be. So what we call as a single window business solution. So you get all your solution under one roof, as I already told you. Multidisciplinary firm. Multidisciplinary, as I told you, you can give law services, CS services, CA services, tax services, labor law services, HR, that is like that. You can give multiple. You can even go to something and architect. You can have an architect. So you think there is a foreign company and they want to open a big factory in India. So a mega firm can give all the services, right from building the particular building to the legal formalities, everything. You can even have engineers. Everyone under one roof. Don't think only commerce professionals. Overall, that is the concept of a mega firm.
Sir, I have a doubt. With regard to CS, I mean, these three professionals, whether they can associate and keep it under one banner, like one firm,
Yeah,
or
recently the amendment has come. Very recently the amendment has come. CA, CS, CMA, they can form one firm, one mega, like one firm they can form together. Okay, but some rules are pending, but the amendment has come. Some rules are pending. It has come very recently in 2020. It has come. That's all. Very, very recent. Before
also
it was not
there is
allowed.
any. Okay, sir. Is there any lawyer or like as I said, it's architect or included in this, or only three is particularly included, sir?
Right now, only these three. Right now, as
Okay.
per law, only CSA, CMA can come. See, right now, there are some firms where they made it as a private limited. They made it as a private limited. They made it as a consultancy. Private limited consultancy. And then they have CA and CS. I myself know some firms like this. But in this private limited consultancy, you cannot give attestation services, signature services. So that is why they have brought up this mega firm, multidisciplinary firm concept. It is very late, but better late than never. All of you have a very great future. All of you have a very great future, because don't think that only you should start a mega firm yourself. You can even work in a mega firm, correct? Tomorrow you can even work in a mega firm. You don't have to start, and if you ask you after you get experience, you can also start small firm. Then the small firm can become a big or a mega or a multidisciplinary firm as the time goes forward. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, is there any country having a megaphone, sir? This concept?
Yes. Yes. Many countries. I mean, for example, in some of the European countries, this KPMG and this kind of what do you say, PwC, they are allowed to practice as mega firm in some of the countries where they can give all the attestation services, engineering, CA, CS, whatever governance. They don't have the word CS, but governance, finance, everything they can do. Some of the European countries, it is already there. And we are trying to, I can't say copy, we are trying to emulate it same year. We are trying to improvise and start in India also. That is the
Thank you, sir.
overall idea. See,
Sir,
that is the next way. See, now very simple. Suppose in 1990, suppose we are all in 1990, okay, and suppose I'm teaching you MBA or marketing or some subject. So somebody will ask, sir, is there a very big shop where everything can be purchased in one roof? That is the question in 1990 in India, if you can ask. Because in 1990 in India, was there any mall? There was zero malls. Zero. Even in the year 2000, there was no mall. Was there any Big Bazaar type? Was there any Spencer type? Was there any online Amazon type? Nothing was there. Correct? Amazon came in US only something 94 or 95. Okay. Same way, in the year 2020-21, now the question we are asking is there any country which is having a mega firm? That is a very valid question, because in India we don't have. But let us say within 5 to 7 years, it will be a reality in India, and it is very important that we are aware of it. We should be aware. It is a evolving process. Right now, there is no law. There is no law itself. There is absolutely no law which talks about mega firm. There's absolutely no law. Right? So that is
what
how.
is the turnover of mega firms to get recognized?
That is what, as I'm telling you, these are some of the ideas which is given by ICSI over here. All of these questions have to be answered, but we can see they're telling here 25 partners, but There is no law for it. This is the idea. This is a suggestion. This is a vision which they feel. They feel mega means at least 25 people should be there. But in reality, even if you go to any chartered accountant firm, maximum there'll be 2 partners, 3 partners. In rare cases, there'll be 4 or 5 partners. Company secretary, as I told you, in a simple example like Bangalore, there are only 3 to 4 firms with 3 partners. And our firm is 1. And we are not like so old firm or something. We are hardly 10 years and all. That's not a very big number when you take a look at it. But if you take a company secretary individual, you get many people with 20 years experience, 25 years experience, but they're individual. Only one person will be running the shop. So the concept is this: we want more people to give these services as we go ahead. And you never know, this whole mega firm, multidisciplinary firm may actually become a complete flop. We don't know. It can become a complete flop. We never know. It may always be like this, but this is a vision. Let's see what happens. So there is a difference. Mega firm is different. Multidisciplinary firm is different. Multidisciplinary, as the name goes, different disciplines, different laws will be there in the multidisciplinary firms. So they're given some regulations. We don't have to go through these regulations. What are the regulations which are there right now? They're given a list of regulations. We don't have to go through. CA Institute, CMA Institute, Bar Council for lawyers, engineers, architects. So all these are different institutes. And everyone should come together. So it's not easy. Everyone should come together and form it. It is as good as, State Bank of India. Nobody thought State Bank will have a 6-way merger. If you told anyone, even in 2010, if you told anyone, State Bank will merge 6 banks and become State Bank of India, all your State Bank of Mysore, Hyderabad, all these things will go. It will become one bank. People would have laughed at you. They were told, don't tell joke. I mean, no mood for joke. They would have told. But in the year 2016, State Bank went for a 6-way merger. 6 banks became one bank. 6 banks became one big bank of SBI. And now SBI is one of the biggest banks in the world because of this merger. Now SBI can give better services and SBI can grow to a bigger strength in the world stage. Otherwise, they can't compete with world other banks of the world. They can't compete. That is why. Okay. So now going further. So these mega firms, what are the different areas we know? All these GST, labor law, FEMA, RBI, everything. You can have multidisciplinary or mega firms where you have every service and you get bigger assignments, bigger work, all of this. So this is again, I want to tell everyone. So some people are getting confused. What is this? Some dream, some story we are reading? Yes, every reality starts with a dream. Every reality starts with a story. So like Franco sir is telling, LLP, exactly. LLP was not there. That's a very good example. Correct? LLP in India came in 2008. That's all. Before that, there is no concept of LLP. There's no LLP in India. We had company, we had partnership firm, our proprietorship firm, all this was there, but we did not have LLP. So LLP is a hybrid of company and a partnership firm. So like this, many new things will come and we should be aware. We should have that vision. So here they have given some point. This is like, I don't know, it's a common sense. What do you need? You need to have a sense of unison. You should have no ego, mutual faith. This is difficult, especially today. Everybody is becoming individualistic. We are becoming a Western society, right? There is no family. Everything is declining. In that, we are telling we should have no ego. See, traditionally in India, people used to do family business. So all the brothers, all the brothers used to do, or all the family members they used to do, or farming, everyone used to do together as a family. They got the benefits, because then they started to have some difference and all the culture has changed. So it's not easy. Financial discipline, being open, all these kinds of that. Income should be distributed. These are the general requisites. Benefits, there is a team environment, you have different work, you can do everything under one firm. It is such a huge advantage. It's a very, very huge advantage. Like that, it is very, very cost effective. Then you need proper training. Continuously you'll be learning. Big growth opportunities, this is there. You can grow very, very quickly. Imagine you have a mega firm. One is in Delhi, one is in Kolkata, one is in Chennai, one is in Hyderabad, one is in Bangalore, one is in Kerala, one is in Mumbai. Just imagine Hyderabad, I told you, correct? And maybe Vizag. Like that in India, in all these places, if you have a firm and some other smaller towns and cities, just imagine how much service you can give. So don't think mega firm means one big building. It can also be in different cities, different locations. And that is the power of mega firms, multidisciplinary firms. You can share revenue, you can have a proper structure. It's a corporate kind of entity, not individual practice. And the risk can be adjusted as we go ahead. So what are the risks? There is cost of infrastructure, technology, and senior partners may dominate young partners. Difficult to leave the firm. If somebody want to leave, how do they leave? What is the rules and regulation? Lack of transparency. And if there is lack of trust, then how do we go ahead? Communication gap between the partners. So all these kind of problems will be there. So how do we manage it is the question. Then the process of constitution. So how do we constitute the firm? How do we reach? Should we have a common memorandum of understanding? What is the document? See, right now, if you want to form a company, what document?
MOA India.
Correct. Then for LLP?
Yeah, LLP agreement.
Yeah. So like that for mega firm, what is that document? That itself is a question. It's a question. There are no proper answers in this chapter. These are all different questions we should think and we should suggest and go ahead. So you can probably have a MOU for 1 year, see what happens, then get into a mutual relationship. So the faith and trust is most important. So like this, these are the kind of thoughts which ICSI is putting about in this mega firms chapter, which all of us should be aware. What is the agreement between the partners? So a partner should ensure their responsibilities, delegation, all of these are there. So you should have a proper structure for operations, for administration, for human resource, for client relationship, for public relations, brand building, for everything you should have a SOP, standard operating procedure. Standard operating procedure. Memorandum of understanding, MOU. It is just an agreement where all of you say what are we agreeing upon, what are the points which we agree. Memorandum of understanding. So it is not like a MOA, it's a general agreement. That's what we can say, memorandum of understanding. Yeah, so Dheeraj says mega firm could also have some problems. 100%. See, nobody is telling everyone should be mega firm. This is one of the option which we have to see. So, for example, now you want to be individual, very good. You want to form a mega firm, you have 10 partners, that is also there. So there are many challenges. So here, Franco says CA never respects CS, that is also a risk. It can be ulta also. There are some company secretary who never respect CA. or that will always be in every profession. Even if you go to a doctors, some dentist will not like cardiologist does not like another doctor like that. That is a common thing. So we cannot rule that out. These are all challenges. 100% these are all challenges. Revenue, that is there in everything. Like if you go, I know one person is diploma in civil engineering. Okay. Now architect, he says architect never respect diploma in civil engineering. They only will talk with the architect. That way, even in IAS is always, IAS will think that something like IFS is lower, things like that. That is there in every profession. That we can't help it. Okay. Okay. So all these things are there. Then they talk about what is the revenue sharing model. So how do we come about a revenue sharing model? So they're giving some suggestions here. For example, whoever brings a new client will get 15% of the fees, and 15% can be given to meet the expenses like all your rent, salary, etc. 70% can be given to the partner who actually work on the assignment. So like this, you can have some arrangement. Now, for example, I get a client, it is suppose finance related. I don't know the work, but my partner in the mega firm will know the work. So suppose he is charging simply 10,000 rupees, for example. So 1,500 he will give me, 1,500 he'll give the firm for expenses, 7,000 he will keep the fees for the work which he did. This is example. It need not be 15 or 70. You can do anything. This is a concept which they're suggesting, which is possible. That is the thing. So as an idea, this concept is there. So it's a one-stop solution. It will attract more customers, more clients. It is having a bigger vision for the future. And we will ensure that we get the best service for all our customers. So multidisciplinary firm is a step towards mega firm. It is a shift from traditional 10 by 10 office, means to have one small office, to a global office. Multidisciplinary firm will put the professionals in general, the company secretaries on fast track. Large firms will become larger, and one day global business will call them a mega firm. So the journey which the ICSI has a dream for the company secretaries is, now all of you are in a small firm, then okay, you can become a few partners. That is the second stage. Then become a multidisciplinary firm, have different areas of practice like CS, CS, tax, etc. Then become a mega firm in the long-term future, where you have a lot of partners, maybe 25 or 30. This is the stages 1, 2, 3, 4 as a vision which ICSI is suggesting. So this is more of a thought-provoking chapter. Okay, so there are some questions here. Can we have a partnership with CS, CS and CWS services? So right now it has been accepted. That is the answer. How many partners can PCS firm have? So PCS firm, when you look at it, it is as per the a partnership act. So if it is a partnership firm, you can have 20 partners. But if it is like a LLP, then you can have more partners. So they say up to 100 you can have, and stuff like that. Can there be PCS LLP between CACS and advocate? Yes, you can, but you can't give attestation services. But you can have a firm for consultancy services. Consultancy you can give. Attestation is signing authority. Those kind of services you can't give in a firm like that. So there are some basic concepts which are there, which we need to know. Can you charge fees to clients based on the result? So it is, fees is mainly for the professional work, not for the result or something like that. So whatever time and effort you give, for that you charge the fees. So can you have branches outside India and all that? So as of now, company secretary can have more than one office, and every office should have a member of the institute. So every office should have a member who is a ICSI member. So branch office is independent office, and they will not have some other professional. As of now, it should be a company secretary. So like this, they are telling, and at least 100 days you should be there in the branch and all. But today, this is little bit of a joke. Today, we are in the age of remote working. People can sit in Kanyakumari and work for Assam. People can sit in West Bengal and work for Mumbai. People can sit in Mumbai and work for Jammu and Kashmir. So in remote working, these things are a little funny. But anyway, this is the overall concept of mega firm, and it is a, you can say it is a dream of ICSI which they have given in this chapter. It is further for us to think and go ahead. It's a very, very conceptual chapter, which is more of a dream and basic concepts and challenges which are there. So if I ask you the question, what are the challenges of setting up a mega firm? What will you tell? What were the challenges of setting up a mega firm? What will you tell?
Cost.
Okay.
Professional we have to find, sir. Not everyone will give a
Yeah,
best.
because it is as good as like having a relationship. It is like-minded people.
Time consuming.
It's very time consuming, correct? Then
Trust, sir. Trustworthiness.
Sir,
most important
mismanagement
point
also.
is trust. How will you trust 25 people and form a company? These are the challenges. Then
Difference of behavior.
difference of behavior and opinion. Okay.
Moral.
Mismanagement.
Huh?
Decision making.
Sorry.
Mismanagement, sir.
Mismanagement between the partners, 100% it's possible. Then
Variations in opinions. Variations in opinions.
yeah, different opinions. Okay. Huh? Risk is very huge.
Sir, quality of service also matters.
Exactly. So one person may do well, other person may be very bad in the service. These are the challenges, correct? So how do you think we can overcome challenges? What do you think? Do you think mega firm is a possibility in future? Do you think it's possible? See, these are all challenges. We know the problems. So what do you feel? Do you think it's a solution? I'll tell you my personal opinion, but what do you think? What do you think?
We can, as it said, it according to we can place a MOU for the initial partners, and if it's going good, we can after 1 year we can make it as a permanent one.
Yeah, it's something like before marriage, you are just having some courtship, something like that, correct?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
similar to contract we can make, sir.
Okay.
It's very difficult, sir, according to me.
Huh?
Very difficult.
Yes, that is because of experience. Sir is telling it is, even that is my personal opinion.
Experience. And now my uncle was an auditor, chartered accountant, and his son is just 2 months back he passed away. And chartered accountant. His another one son is a lawyer. They are cooperating because the relation is accepting me. And he is giving a lot of clients also. For GST, he will give it to me. For income tax works, I will give it to him.
But that is still reference. That is not one firm and one business.
Yes. Otherwise, he won't accept anybody else. Another man who did articleship under his leadership, but he is a CMA, just now passed. He is telling CMA is the best. Why you are going for this? He is asking me. A lot of things are there. So moreover, a lot of auditors in my area, it is a very, very communal dominated area.
Oh, okay.
Like that is
Correct.
even my client who is a auditor, whenever I take some clients to him,
Hmm.
he will capture them from myself. I will
Oh.
never encourage him. Never I will give a client to him. Everything I will give it to my uncle only. That's all. Finish.
Hmm.
We are having 50-50 sharing. That's all. Whatever the case I am giving, he will ask
Yeah.
charge only 50%. Even for 44 AB cases, I will collect 20,000 rupees. He will charge only 10,000 to me. I just pay 10,000 to finish everything. As an uncle, he is doing everything. Otherwise, no chances of that.
Hmm.
He is
Correct.
not with
So
me. Of course,
largely it is not possible because of trust factors. That is what even I feel. Largely, trust factor is a main issue which we will face. But for certain services, it is possible. For certain regular services, something regular like incorporation of a company, regular GST filings like this, I definitely feel in the next 5 to 7 years itself, you will see some mega firms. Already some are cropping up. You will see some mega firms in 5 to 7 years.
tax is there, sir.
Sorry.
State tax.
Yeah, something. But that is more of a corporate company. Clear tax. It is a that's not a mega firm. It's a corporate company, and they give work to different professionals, and it's a different model. But mega firm is when the professionals come together.
Okay.
Correct. Clear tax is just like an aggregator. It is something like Amazon. You get everything in Amazon, but Amazon is not producing everything. They are just giving you a marketplace for you to sell. That is all. They are giving you the platform. Same way, clear tax is also very similar to that.
Sir,
But mega firm is where the individual or the partners come together and form a firm.
Sir,
So
one doubt,
that
sir.
is what we feel. So that is why we have to just think more and see where it goes. But definitely, certain services in future will come in mega firm, but the regular services can happen. But specialized activities and all, because of trust factor, it will. I mean, I can be completely wrong, but this is my personal opinion. So that comes to the end of the mega firm chapter.